Hey everyone, so this is a look at the Sherwood CD-3010R compact disc player. This, again, was manufactured by Sherwood in the USA, actually, in Chicago, back in 1991. I'm reading off of some of the spec sheets here before we actually take a look at this thing. This obviously is a retro player. It has a 8 times oversampling dual DA converter. That is the DAC that is within this. This only has an RCA output. I don't think I can get back here too easily. It's got an RCA output, and then I think that's an input. Hold on. Let's see. What does that say? Digilink. So I'm not too sure what that's for, to be honest, the Digilink thing. But it does have just the RCA outputs there. Again, no digital output there. This thing is from 1991. I prefer these 90s built-in DACs, honestly, for the sound. I'm kind of a 90s kid. I listen to a lot of 90s-ish music. Some 80s right there, Bowie. But I found that I really like the sound of this. I have a more modern DAC downstairs. I think it's an SM1 or something like that. I cannot remember. I just got it recently. It sounds really good on that stereo system. But with this old Sherwood amp that I've had since back in high school, my late father had bought it for me. It goes very well with the Sherwood CD player. I think it's a great pairing. I think it sounds great even with these older Pioneer speakers. I have a subwoofer back there. I have some back speakers. I have a JBL center speaker over there. This little nano, what is it? Knob sound amp. Blah, blah, blah. Powers that subwoofer down there. Anyways, getting back into this thing, looking at the specs, it says number of transistors, semiconductors present. Then it says semiconductors, main principle. What is all this stuff? CD player, MD, MOD audio, remote control with wire or wireless. So that Digilink input that we found on the back, that has to be for a wired controller for this. It also takes a wireless controller. I do not have one of those. I was just looking on eBay and somebody has one for sale for 15 bucks. I think I'll buy it. But that's the little remote infrared reader right there. Power type and voltage, alternating current supply AC 220 volts. It has a loudspeaker, blah, blah, blah. Headphone output right here, one of the bigger jacks. Can't remember what that is. I think the smaller jack's is 3mm. Can't remember what they call the bigger one there. And it has a headphone volume knob right here, which is kind of nice if you ever listen to music with headphones. So for a headphone or amp, material is a metal case. Again, this is a CD-3010R from Sherwood, Chicago. It's a bookshelf unit. Remote controlled 3D player. It's 3-beam laser pickup, 8x oversampling, direct entry via numeric keypad, 20 programmable tracks. And I think that's it for all the specs that I was able to look up online. I think I got them from radiomuseum.com. So let's power this thing on. This is the power button. You push it in. It's going to read a CD. So we're not going to play any copyrighted CDs here. This is just some AI metal music from an AI album that I'm kind of messing around with, seeing if I can get something together there. It's a deathcore album. So one of the cons to this player that I would say is if you have it open and you turn it off, it just keeps the tray open. I am used to, if you turn the CD player off with the tray open, that it closes for you. You can see when I turn it back on, it did close. But to me, it should close when you power it off there, not when you turn it back on. It seems kind of backwards. Not a big issue. The tray itself is a nice hefty tray. It's not a cheap tray. I like this player a lot. This in here. It's built very well. Again, it's metal. And then, of course, the front's plastic, which is typical for these kinds of CD players. So you have a bunch of programming buttons up here. I do not mess with any of these. These are kind of nice, but it only goes up to track 9, to where you can just go straight to a track. I guess a little bit of a sneak peek at this album I'm working on. So this is to skip forward, skip back. This is to skip your tracks. Obviously to play, to pause, to stop. Get your track counter, you get your time there, you get your amount of tracks there. Obviously, if you go over, I think it's 20 there. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It looks like 16 is where it tops out there. So if you have anything above 16, it's not going to display tracks beyond there. Don't know what A and B is. Repeat is obviously going to repeat a track. I think this is going to give you the different times. Let's see. So that's remaining of the whole album. That is how far into the track you are. This is remaining time on the specific track you're listening to. Back to the album countdown. Obviously, this is a typical one. The track time going forward. Intro scan. I don't really know what that does. I guess it's just gonna maybe play a few seconds of each song. Just the intro or something. Let's see if it stops at 10. Yeah, looks like 10 seconds of each song. A space. No idea what that is. Random's obviously going to be random. Program is where you can program stuff in. Again, I don't mess with that. But again, overall, I love this player. I got it at Goodwill about a year and a half ago or a year ago-ish. I got it for, I think, $6, maybe $10. Absolutely great player, great retro player here. If you come across one of these on Facebook Marketplace, on eBay, at Goodwill, at a thrift shop, and you're looking for a CD player like this, I definitely recommend checking this one out and taking it home if you find one in good condition. And that's about it. Thank you for watching.